Disc Golf Pro Tour playoffs continue as our competitors arrive at the #1 rated course in America. The beloved Maple Hill will set the stage for our final playoff of the season. Today, we begin the MVP Open by OTB. We head to hole number 1, Erilainen of Finland on the tee of the first hole, hanging it out wide to the right. Off the basket, a near ace. Now head over to Erica Stinchcomb, tee of hole number 8.
Honk.
Oh, honk,
Going to Montgomery with a birdie look on 8.
Again, 330 feet, slightly downhill. Oh, gets a good turn on this. And just barely open ball.
Pierce on the 6th. Favorable kick toward the pin. Trying to strike first with a birdie. Of course she converts. Her for birdie, so it looks like she'll have a par. The standstill is going to result in a birdie for Natalie Ryan on the 4th. Page with a birdie look. Natalie Ryan with a long birdie look.
Oh, oh my.
A moment ago, Missy Gannon on the tee of 4. And that rolls and it'll check up.
All you're concerned about here is having enough height. That's a good job from Holland. She's going to have an opportunity.
We're seeing a new look on hole number 7 this year. We'll talk about that more in a moment. Annika Sten on the tee of 8. Does it have the legs? It does.
Light out of it and a more clean putt than she would have had.
No fear, no Scoggins. Kristen going with the backhand. This is low, but it gets there, and she's safe. That's dead center. The lone birdie of the card. Oh, she gets that one. Long range. She fights back to even par with the birdie. Speaking of merch,
Throwing her 3rd over the pond. She is in the bullseye.
and while they wait, we head to Pierce with her 2nd on 11. Playing right to the wall.
The fact that it flattened up late in the flight, that's what really carried it too far. It was the hyzer angle she released it on.
And that will be a very difficult putt for Evelina. I think we might see some kind of overhand throw or turbo or something of that nature. I think we're going to see something creative. Raven Klein putting for birdie on the 14th and gets it. She has been putting together the birdies today. That's her 6th of the round. So Raven is going to have to really work in some magic, like Ella Hansen, her good friend, throws it in on the 10th.
Nice one, Ella.
A little forehand flick around the tree.
Well, she needed the perfect height, and that did it.
Evelina trying to get creative. She's got the turbo pod. Evelina gets the birdie on 10. Stacy Kiefer off the tee of 14. This is basket hunting. And just deep. Short look for birdie.
That's great height.
Valerie Mundahano.
Get in!
On. What?
Run it down! I got your back.
Saving par from just off the fairway and way back.
That was sick.
Awesome shot from Missy. So this is the drop zone for the women's tee.
Mundahano.
Oh my! She is just finding the bottom of the basket with that putter.
Back-to-back par saves that we've seen here coming on holes 12 and 14.
This is the definition of a death putt, especially from that distance, but the water is 10 feet behind the basket. That is very rare to see.
Pierce has a birdie luck. She gets it to drop in. So Pierce will move to 4 under. Ella Hansen finding the line on the 13th. It could track all the way down. She'll have a look. And to get within one of our leaders, Ella Hansen to 3 under.
The higher you are on the hill with your drive, the more blind the second shot is.
Not so much for Scoggins, though, as she buries that one.
Just a little long of the pin, but a very great throw.
Raven Klein trying to close out with a par on the 18th and a solid opening round here for Raven. Sitting at 4 under, a co-leader at the moment. Raven putting together quite a few birdies out there today. Gannon, who's had a clean scorecard through the first 13 holes, is going to have that in jeopardy. She'll have a look from the drop zone, though, and we've seen at least 1 or 2 connections from there from 38 feet. Scoggins. Inbounds. Welcome back. Scoggins connects for birdie. Just inside the circle and a few feet closer will be Kristen. And moments ago you saw Missy Gannon save the par from the drop zone. She keeps the clean scorecard going. Great putting here on the green of 14. Everyone converts except for Hanley, who's going to walk away with the bogey.
Ooh. Oh my God, get some.
Bad putt.
This is for Kristen to pull within 2 of our co-leaders. On the mark, Kristen picks up the birdie on the 15th. Trying to close out strong, possibly fight for a spot on the lead card tomorrow. And this is incredible. All the way up there, she'll have a look for birdie. That looks shy. Just barely though, so Ella Hansen also will have a look for birdie. 3 in a row for Kristen. She moves to 3 under, just 1 back of Missy Gannon, Ella Hansen, and Raven Klein. Saarinen from the drop zone. Oh, and she gets that one.
Not very enthusiastic. A very rough round today for Silva. A great final throw, but she is going to have a lot of work to do.
And look at how that tree is actually coming into play for Ella, having to kind of duck around it. But a solid stick to the green. So Ella Hansen will have that short putt. A par means 4 under.
Yeah, you play from where the disc was last inbounds. Across the island green, you go to the drop zone.
Throw in.
Oh my God. There's the roars. Wow. To save par. She has to get the distance dialed up and leaves this one really wide.
As of right now, Missy Gannon has overtaken Holland and has moved into first in the tour point standing. So Holland not only has to have a solid weekend, but she has to be concerned about where everyone else is finishing around her. She has to be in contention and in the mix with a good performance here if she wants to hold on to the tour points lead.
You need to have enough height to get over the rock wall right in front of you, but then low enough that it drops right before the rock wall behind the pin. Well placed.
Solid putt, but you can see the frustration as Holland Hanley struggles mightily here in round number 1. She trails Missy Gannon by 24 points in the Disc Golf Pro Tour standings. Owen in for the par. Kristen, short range for par. Kristen has birdied 5 of her last 8 and will round out our lead card tomorrow. Missy, bogey-free, co-leader after day 1.
I think we saw some really good rounds, despite the rain and what the weather could really, cause players to do in these very technical woods. So I think it was really great. I think every player on our lead card has a story to tell about round 1 and how they got there, but it's setting us up for another very competitive weekend, just like we saw last weekend.
Hey everyone, Terry Miller, the Disc Golf Guy here, and I feel like there's two options that remain. Either you click subscribe and you watch more golf and content right here on the channel, or you go outside and you play. If you're not going to do those, then head on over to the Disc Golf Network and make sure you sign up so you can watch live disc golf almost every weekend.